mystery that is Kawhi Leonard. Multiple media outlets saying today the Spurs recently held a team meeting. ESPN's account, slightly different from local San Antonio media. Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that it was an intense and at times emotional meeting held with the intent to implore Kawhi Leonard to return to the lineup. The tone of the players-only meeting is being refuted by not only Danny Green, but also the San Antonio Express-News. Here is the tweet from Danny Green, which is commenting on the link to the story that Adrian Wojnarowski wrote for ESPN. Let me tell you about Spurs beat reporter Jabari Young for the San Antonio Express-News. He is saying that he has been told that during the chat, Kawhi spoke up, telling his teammates that a return was still the goal. We don't know if this part is incorrect from Danny Green. Leonard, according to the San Antonio Express-News, offered his teammates no set date or guarantee about a return this season. Maybe semantics about whether there was yelling and screaming and how emotional it may or may not have gotten. But the bottom line is this. We, the outsiders, have no idea what's going on with Kawhi Leonard, and apparently neither do his teammates.
Well, until I see Kawhi hop in front of a camera and say how he feels, I don't believe nothing. You've been around the organization. You know how they operate.
He did a couple of weeks ago. And
what did he say?
And he said he would like to return, but didn't offer any promise or guarantee or a set date.
Then there it is.
I know one thing about the Spurs organization. They're a close group. And I just can't believe it's a team meeting without Pop allowing it to be a team meeting. And sometimes he just gives his players that platform that you guys figure it out. But, you know, if Danny Green says it's bogus, you have to trust the player.
Well, he didn't say what part about it is bogus, right? He didn't say that there wasn't a meeting. He didn't say that they weren't just trying to implore him or that it got tense. We don't know exactly what part Danny Green was refuting.
Well, I just know that we've never seen something like this going before. We know a little bit last year with LaMarcus. Obviously, Pop fixed that. So I would want to think you're dealing with the best two-way guy in our game still, even though he's banged up. He gets that vote. And I would think they'd figure it out, whatever's going on, so they can get back onto a happy marriage.
Here's what I'm curious about with this team, who won last night against Washington. They're currently in the 6th spot in the West. With just about 10 games to go, Coach, even if Kawhi comes back, right, he's a star in this league. He's not a role player, right? Can you expect him to come back and be Kawhi and the others to acquiesce to him in such a short amount of time while staying in the top 8 in the West?
The Spurs system haven't changed in 20 years. So when he comes back, he's going to fit within the system. The offense will not change. He's still going to draw that attention from other teams and create better shots. I think the positive spin is now you have LaMarcus playing at such a high level as when he was in Portland. He's now comfortable in the post. He's now comfortable leading them in scoring. That pressure will not be on Kawhi to come back and lead them immediately.
No, that's a great point you bring up. You come back and do what you do best, play defense, rebound, and let the flow of the game come to you. My only question would be is how long does it take, or can you use those 10 games to try to get some basketball legs under you to get ready for the playoffs? That'd be my only concern.
And at what point, Pop said that he's not going to speculate on this, but at what point is there a drop-dead date?
That's another great question, but I'm still stuck on, Earl, that if the drop-dead date is 1 game, 5 games, or 2 games, what is Kawhi doing now behind closed doors that we don't see? And you know as well as anybody, you can do one-on-one all you want. You can hop on the treadmill, but it's nothing like guarding that guy coming at you or being on the floor. That's the second thing you try to get under those legs.
There's nothing like that game speed. You can't invent that. Weight training, like you said, running doesn't bring it to you. You have to find that second and third wind. But you just have to think that Kawhi is an ultimate professional. I'm not sure there really is a date for bringing back one of the best players in the game. You want to win. You're competitive. The main thing is you do not want him to continue to hurt himself any further.
Well, listen, the team has cleared him. The team has said you can play. So that apparently is not a concern for them. The issue here is that Kawhi has sought, if you will, outside counsel, and his doctor has not cleared him to play. So that's what makes this all the more complicated.
And it does, once again, and normally you don't have this much confusion when you're talking about the Spurs organization. That's why we're all perplexed that this is taking so long. Once again, I think they will fix it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Earl. I just think that they've been around long enough and they've seen enough that they will try to figure out a way to make sure this thing is fixed before the summertime gets here.
One thing about Coach Pop, he's putting everything into preparing his team for games as if he's not going to play. He's going to give them the option. He's a player's coach. He cares more about you than he does about winning. So if you don't feel healthy enough to play and you're not comfortable, take your time. We're going to hold it down, continue to grow, and whenever you're ready, if it fits our momentum, we can all marriage it together.
It just is weird because
it is.
It's the Spurs, and sure, they're human beings and they have drama probably like the rest of us and other teams in the league. You just don't.
But
they've
always
right.
handled the drama, and that's why we never heard about much of it.